Correspondence record, a summary as of April the 18th. Ms. Ingram?
Thank you, Worship. Just a motion to receive the correspondence record,
Council moved. Seconded. Thank you. Councillor Litke, sorry.
Thank you, Your Worship. I would like to comment on the correspondence record. I don't often comment on it, but I note that in this correspondence record there are 27 submissions dealing with the correctional facility. And we've been seeing a number of letters to the editor. We've had 2 public hearings. We've had a field trip. So it seems to me that because the people have taken all that time to provide some input, it's time for us to honor their input and to consider some sort of response. In their correspondence, they've raised many valid concerns about the building of a prison in Penticton. One very successful businessman who brings about $13.5 million annually into the community expresses a concern that the presence of the correctional facility will discourage his clients from coming to Penticton in the future. Another one cites research studies that demonstrate the negative effect that a prison can have on a community the size of ours. We heard fears about the inmates staying in Penticton when released. We heard questions about the best jobs going out to out-of-towners when locals are not qualified. We heard lots of concerns about the size of the facility itself, which will dwarf anything currently existing in Penticton. We've heard concerns about the impact on views and property values and so on. And on the positive side, we've heard a lot about the positive economic impact and the fact that currently jails are overcrowded and we need to build new facilities to get the felons off the street. So that, I think, is a summary of the 2 sides of the argument that we've been hearing. And I've been trying to keep an open mind on the issue. I've been encouraging participation at the public hearings. I've been reading the letters to the editor, talking to people on the street. I went along on the field trip of the tour of facilities. And what I've gleaned from all of this is that it's clear to me that the people in Penticton have a passion for this community and want to preserve what makes it unique. And there's a concern that the introduction of this correctional facility will somehow jeopardize what makes Penticton unique. Community members are currently engaged in a visioning exercise with Council, and this exercise is supposed to create a plan for the future of Penticton. And nowhere in those discussions so far have I heard anything, any mention of the desirability of having a correctional facility in Penticton. Instead, the community leaders who are participating are saying things that we need to create positive vibes for Penticton. And that word was used over and over again. We need positive vibrations in Penticton. We need to grow and expand the economy that we already have. We need to create vibrancy in the downtown. We need to capitalize on Napa Valley North reputation that we're currently enjoying. We need to build sports tourism, which includes the Okanagan Hockey School, the new pool, Ironman, Grand Fondo, and so on. We need to build our eco-agricultural tourism. We need to transform Ellis Street into a cultural tourism destination. We need to grow the Shatford building. We need to expand the hospital, caring for seniors. We need to maintain the ambiance of our community. And we need to make Penticton the festival capital of Canada. All of those things on that list are fairly cohesive. And they could become a vibrant vision for what we want to see in Penticton over the next 50 years. They all fit together. But currently we don't seem to have that vision articulated very well anywhere. So as soon as a bright shiny object comes along, we tend to do an about face and chase it. Instead, we should be asking, does this proposal fit with the vision that we have for Penticton? A correctional facility does not fit my vision for the future of Penticton, nor does it fit the vision of many of our community leaders. So I will not be able to support the project that does not fit with that vision I have for Penticton. I would not support a smokestack industry in spite of its economic benefits. So I will not be dazzled by the questionable economic benefits of this project. And I cannot support a change in our direction from the wholesome, family, tourist-oriented community that we've been into something different. So I just want to put my position on the record. Thank you, Your Worship.
Your Worship, on a point of order, and I let that go without interrupting, because it's not really polite, although I think I have the authority on this point. The issue before us at this particular time is the receipt of correspondence. If I'd have been aware that there was going to be a diatribe on one councillor's position with respect to a facility of a major nature that's fitting this, trying to come to somewhere in this South Okanagan, perhaps, I would have been armed and ready for it. So I'm not armed and ready for it, and I've been taken by surprise. And on a point of order, I don't think that we should be entering into that debate tonight. If somebody wants to bring us a notice of motion, let's get going.
Responding to the correspondence, Your Worship.
Okay, Councillor Litke, and I appreciate that, but with all due respect, I'm just being frank. You had a prepared statement here. I don't normally get my gander up, but there's members of council that aren't here tonight. There's other members of council that would have loved to come with something prepared, and I agree. You are responding to the letters that we've received, and I want to ensure you and the listening audience and the gallery that every letter that is received from the City of Penticton is being forwarded to the ministry. So I appreciate your comments. Wrong time, wrong place as far as I'm concerned. Councillor Vasillaki.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. I do feel the same way, that this was inappropriate. And I know this is an election year, and it looks like electioneering and political maneuvers have already started, and this is only April. So I wonder what's going to be happening in the future. So I put my hands up.
It's every councillor's right, to say what they want around this table, and I rule it with an open hand for it. But there's a time and a place, and I just want to ensure that. And Councillor Litke is a very good and a very learned councillor, and as he said, he's responding to a correspondence file tonight, and this is going to be a discussion that I can assure you is not only going to continue to take place in the community, but is also going to continue to take place in a lot of other communities, rural areas, and Indian band lands for some time to come in the future. We know that the ministry staff are about to embark, if I'm correct, Santoniac, that starting within the next week or 10 days that they're starting to do their due diligence on all the submissions that have gone in from Summerland, Penticton Indian Band, and also the Osoyoos Indian Band, my understanding.
Yes, Your Worship,
Yeah.
that's what they've indicated.
Yeah, so I'm quite sure that this is going to be front and center in the future, and give the opportunity. But Councillor Litke, again, being a fair councillor, he has made his stance known tonight. I just wish that some of us would have had also the opportunity to have something prepared. So, Councillor Pearce?
Your Worship, this council, by resolution, unanimously, I think, Councillor Litke was somewhere else at the time, but unanimously for those that took the time to be here, because we could be here that night, agreed to embark upon a process that would thoroughly investigate this from both sides. Last week I gave up 2 days of my life, okay, to go down to the place where I would never go normally for this community. And now, I'm not so sure if this gets reported one side, I'm not going to be sidewalked through that process. The council passed a resolution, we're going to look at it. We have not passed a resolution, we're going to have it here and it's going to be in this location. We're still in the formative stages of this whole debate. And that sort of thing, if it gets reported the wrong way here now, nobody could expect everybody in this council to be on side on this one way or the other. I know that ultimately, but if it gets reported the wrong way here, then it's going to just stampede that process this council unanimously agreed to proceed to.
Okay, but on the receipt of the correspondence file, is there any other comments? All those in favor of receipt, opposed, carried unanimously. Thank you.